Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to KB Small Engine Repair. If you're new to the channel, think about subscribing, hit that thumbs up for me. And today we're going to be talking about customers. Are customers always right? We'll find out. First off, I want to do a quick shout out to a couple friends. Somebody sent me a organ field sharpening kit from my Amazon wish list. The note or the receipt did not have a name or a message on it. I don't know if Amazon screwed up or if you wanted to stay anonymous. Shoot me an email if they screwed up so I know who you are, I know who to thank. But anyhow, thank you so very much for sending this. My Amazon wish list I have set up basically as a little deal of things that I find interesting, things that if I receive them, I want to do kind of a review on them, things that I think will be helpful for small engine mechanics. And if I receive them, I'll do kind of a review on them. So yeah, feel free to check that out if you want. I'm not asking, I'm not begging, whatever, but just kind of a thing I thought I would set up. So whoever sent me this, thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. I'll start working on it and start putting a video together. So thank you. Next up, I got Henry. Hank, Big Dog Dad, the Godfather, whichever name he's going by today. Big Dog Dad, Lawn Enforcement Officer, your grass is mine. Thanks, dude, I appreciate that. That's a cool sticker. I'm going to go through these quick because we got a cool story today. Next up is the Small Engine Kid. Thank you for those. That's pretty cool. Little sticker there. Go check him out. The Small Engine Kid, I think he's got a TikTok and a YouTube channel. So go check him out. And last but not least is the old man at EP, Eliminator Performance. The old man sent this to me. His son Jake's got a great YouTube channel, Eliminator Performance. Go check him out. Really knows his stuff. They're a great group of people. Wayne is a real nice guy. Me and him have had a couple conversations and just really great folks up there. So go check these guys out. And customers are always right, aren't they? Stick around, let's find out. Okay guys, so customers are always right, aren't they? Well, in this business, unfortunately, I may get shot for saying this, but unfortunately, I feel like they are rarely right. Very rarely is the customer right in this business. They bring you a lawnmower and says, oh yeah, it was just working yesterday. You pull out the carb and this thing hasn't, worked in 2 years. Or, oh yeah, it probably just needs a carb clean and the engine seized, or whatever. You always got to verify the problem, right? Well, here's one for you that I just experienced. I get a phone call. So we are in May of 2021, right? I get a phone call. The customer says, hey, you worked on my tiller in October, and whoever you had work on it forgot to put oil in the engine, and the engine seized. I said, okay. This happened in October. He said, yeah. We took it home, straight home from your shop. Started tilling the garden. About 10 minutes into it, engine locked up completely, and it seized up. I said, okay. Can you bring it by the shop? He said, yeah, we'll bring it by. I said, why, if this happened last October, why are you just now calling me? He said, oh, well, we've been busy, and every time I think about it, it's a Saturday and you're closed on Saturdays. We just haven't gotten around to it. We haven't needed it until now. I said, okay. I'm not perfect. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I did this tiller and I was busy. I forgot to put engine oil in it. I'm a one-man show. Nobody else works in my shop, so it was me. So I said, I take down his information, said, give me your name, number, bring it by the shop. He said, okay, I'll be by tomorrow. Take his information, go look him up on my computer. I have all my records. I have all my handwritten work orders. Look him up on the computer. Carburetor replacement. That's all I did. I said, okay, interesting. I'm going to go pull the work order, the handwritten work order, out of my files. Pull that out. No odd notes. You know, sometimes I'll put, was low on oil, added a quart. If that was the case, the quart of oil would have been on the invoice, right? I don't give away free parts. Nothing crazy on the work order. So I said, okay, here's one of those guys. This ought to be interesting. So I get the machine. Guy brings in the machine. Well, his wife brings in the machine. Brings it to me. I pull on the cord. Sure enough, it's locked up. I said, look, you have the invoice. Here's the invoice. You know, I printed off another invoice. Here's the invoice. Here's the old work order. All I did was replace the carburetor. It's kind of my policy. It's something that I do to check the oil before I run a machine, just so this doesn't happen to me personally. I don't recall what happened in October, but I would have checked the oil so that I can run the machine when I put a new carburetor on it to make sure that the new carburetor worked, that the machine was running properly. Other than that, this unfortunately wasn't on me. I didn't do a tune-up. I didn't replace the oil. I didn't do anything other than replace a carburetor. I'm a one-man show. Nobody in my shop would have touched it. There is nobody else. I'm happy to take care of it and look at it for you, help you out as best as I can. But I unfortunately, I can't take the blame for it. As much as I wanted to say, you know what, you guys can go shove it. We're now 7 months later. Why are you just coming to me 7 months later saying your engine's seized and trying to blame it on me or somebody in my shop who forgot to put the oil in the engine, and trying to get me to pay for it or replace it or whatever. They weren't too happy about it. They wanted me to take care of this for them. So is the customer always right? Is this one of those deals where you just need to be polite and say, okay, well, yeah, you know, I didn't really do anything, but I'll help you on this one. I'll take care of it for you. You know, I'm a newer business. I could have taken that path. You know, I might be afraid of a bad Google review, of, you know, them going on Facebook and slamming me. I mean, the internet and social media can ruin a business. So is the customer right? You know, there's a fine line there. You have to be firm and stick up for yourself. You know, if you bend over for everybody, you'll get walked all over. And I wasn't going to tuck my tail between my legs on this one and run, you know. 7 months. You know, if they would have called me that day, they said they took it right home from the shop and it seized up that day. If they would have called me that day and say, hey, we just brought this home from your shop and it's locked up, you know, I probably would have been a little more helpful, a little more, you know, have a little more empathy. But 7 months later, and they're just now calling me when they need to use it because it's spring and they're ready to plant their garden. Not going to fly. So I start digging into the engine, right? Well, she's still here watching me. I just wanted to go through everything. Pull the oil fill cap full. It's got full oils all the way to the top. I said, there's oil in it. Did you add anything? She said, no. I said, well, it's got full, you know, the oil's full. You're telling me there was no oil? She said, well, we didn't add anything, I don't believe. Said, okay, well, there's something else going on then. Anyways, I take the engine in and start doing a diagnosis. And the engine oil is full. I pull the spark plug and I look, the combustion chamber is full of a reddish, kind of orange, kind of looks like a rusty, you know, liquid. said, what is going on? They must have left this thing outside and it filled up and hydrolocked or something. So I call her up and I say, hey, what's going on? Did you guys leave this outside? You know, the engine oil's full. The combustion chamber is full of something. I said, did your husband try and work on this or anything? She said, no, we didn't do anything. I'll call him and double check, but we didn't do anything. I don't know, and we don't leave it outside. I don't know what's going on. So I start working on it. I empty the combustion chamber. I start working on it. Her husband calls me. He said, oh yeah, you guys left it empty. As soon as it locked up, the thing was empty. So I filled it up with oil. And then I started watching a bunch of YouTube videos, and they said to put ATF in the spark plug hole because that will free it up. So I did everything I could to try and get this thing unlocked. So if it was my fault, 10 minutes after you got home, why were you working on it? That voids all my warranty right there. You start working on my job, there's just so much wrong with this picture. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just aggravated in this moment right now because they just came and got it. But there's just this just screams that there's something wrong, doesn't it? So I said, okay, well that's fair, but I'll see what I can do. So long story short, I was able to free it up. I soaked it for a few days with. Everybody's got their tricks, but I soaked it with Marvel Mystery Oil, PB Blaster. I was able to unlock it, free it up, and to get it going again, I had to clean the carburetor. I replaced the carburetor in October, and I had to clean the carb out to get it running right now in May. 7 months later, I had to clean the carb. You think there's a little bit of lack of maintenance here? So clean the carb. I freed up the piston and everything, and got it running good again. And you know what? I build them. I build them for it. So he comes and picks it up, and I walked him through the whole thing. I said, look, this is what I did. This is what was wrong. This is what you need to do, and this is what happened. He said, okay, so what? Do I owe you anything? I said, you betcha. Handed him a bill, and I said I could take cash, check, credit, Venmo. How would you like to pay? And so it's a hard thing, maybe sometimes to do that. But when it was all said and done, I don't think he was too upset about it. When I kind of explained it all, I think either maybe he knew that there was a lack of maintenance there because I did walk him through everything. Like I said, the carburetor had to be cleaned out. We had a whole discussion on fuel, things like that. So it did fortunately end, I think, well for me. We'll see in the next day or two if I get a 1-star review on Google. But we had a friendly conversation, a civil conversation, and it ended okay. So they're not all going to end that way, but you need to stick strong to your foundation and don't take the blame for everything. Again, I'm not perfect, and I very well could have forgotten to put oil in there. And if that was the case, I would have owned up to it. I would have replaced the engine or bought him a new machine, whatever it would have taken to resolve the situation. But this one was not me, and I don't know what happened, but it wasn't my problem, and it wasn't my fault. And 7 months later, I had to charge the customer again. So let me know if you have any similar situations, any similar stories. Are the customers always right? In this situation, certainly not. In a lot of situations, the information they give you is not. And let me know what you think about it. So thanks for joining me today. Thank you, folks, for sending me these stickers. If you want to send me a sticker, reach out to my email in my About section. Hit that subscribe button. Think about leaving me a thumbs up. And as always, make a choice to have a great day, even if you have sticky customers. See ya.